Welcome to Happy Death Day. Let's rewind time. It's the 1960s. America's in a suit and tie, pretending everything's fine. Hunter? He shows up in aviator glasses, cigarette in one hand, bourbon in the other, looking like he just wrestled the American dream and lost on purpose. And he says, "Journalism? Yeah. I'm not reporting the story. I am the story." And that right there, that's how Gonzo journalism was born. Hunter Stockton Thompson was born July 18, 1937, in Louisville, Kentucky. Not Hollywood, not New York, Kentucky. And from jump, he was different. Smart, sharp, fast talker. Also, trouble. He joined a literary club in high school, got arrested for robbery before graduation, did 31 days in jail at 17. And the wild part? That arrest cost him his diploma. Most kids spiral. Hunter? He said, "Cool, guess I'm writing about this place now." That's the energy. He joins the Air Force, not because he loves authority, because he needed a way out. While other guys were shining boots, Hunter was typing like a demon. He rewrote entire novels just to learn style. He typed out The Great Gatsby word for word. Typed out Hemingway, too. Who does that? A man preparing to hijack literature, that's who. But military discipline and Hunter Thompson? Yeah. That relationship didn't last. He got honorably discharged, but let's just say the Air Force probably sighed in relief. 1960s. He embeds himself with the Hells Angels. Not for a weekend, for a year. Living with them, riding with them, drinking with them, writing everything down. The book drops. Hells Angels, 1967. Boom. He becomes famous overnight. But here's the part they don't glamorize. The angels beat him half to death. Because Hunter wrote the truth. And if you know anything about outlaw bikers, they don't appreciate surprise plot twists. He literally risked his life for journalism. Today, people risk Wi-Fi signals. Different era. Then came the nuclear bomb. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, published in Rolling Stone in 1971. And this wasn't reporting. This was a psychedelic middle finger to the American dream. Hunter and his lawyer, Dr. Gonzo, drive to Vegas on a mountain of drugs to cover a motorcycle race. They never really cover the race. Instead, they dissect America. Corruption, consumerism, politics, illusion, all while hallucinating bats in the desert. It was hilarious. It was unhinged. It was genius. And it changed journalism forever. Now reporters could admit they were in the story. The truth wasn't clean. That America wasn't polished. Hunter didn't write safe. He wrote loud. Then he turns his chaos toward politics. Covers the 1972 presidential campaign, writes Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail 72, and he does not care about your feelings. He calls politicians frauds, breaks down Nixon like a villain origin story, makes politics feel like pro wrestling with worse outfits. Hunter didn't just report politics, he hunted it. Pun fully intended. Now, here's where it gets legendary. Hunter runs for sheriff of Aspen, Colorado. Yes, sheriff. His campaign platform? Rename Aspen to Fat City. Tear up streets to mess with developers. Disarm police. Oh, and he shaved his head so he could call his crew-cut opponent my long-haired opponent. Petty genius. He lost. But imagine living in a town where Hunter S. Thompson is sheriff. Traffic stops would have been philosophical debates. Now, here's the part where the myth gets heavy. Hunter was never casual about substances. This wasn't party mode. This was lifestyle. Booze, cocaine, LSD, amphetamines. For decades. And that kind of pace? It costs. By the 90s and early 2000s, the world had changed. Media got faster, louder, meaner. Hunter's health declined. Back surgeries, chronic pain, depression creeping in. The outlaw energy that once felt rebellious started feeling tired. Even legends age. Even chaos gets quiet. On February 20th, 2005, at his home in Woody Creek, Colorado, Hunter S. Thompson died by suicide. 67 years old. Now here's the thing. This wasn't impulsive. Hunter had talked for years about controlling his own ending. He hated the idea of fading away, of becoming soft, of being a shadow of the monster he once was. He left notes. He left instructions. Even in death, he was directing the show. Dark? Yes. On brand? Completely. Now, here's where it gets absurdly legendary. His ashes were shot out of a cannon. I'm not joking. A 153-foot tower shaped like a double-thumbed fist holding a peyote button. Fireworks. Music. Johnny Depp paid for it. Yes, that Johnny Depp. Tell me that's not the most Gonzo exit ever. Most people get a quiet cemetery. Hunter? Cannon launch into the Colorado sky. Boom. Roll credits. Here's the truth. Hunter S. Thompson didn't just write wild stories. He exposed the illusion. He showed that America's dream had cracks in it. He made journalism personal, messy, honest. He made it okay for writers to admit bias instead of pretending to be robots. You don't get modern opinion journalism without him. You don't get immersive reporting without him. You don't get half the edgy political commentary on YouTube without him. Even when people don't realize they're copying him, they are. February 20th. No hospital bed, no slow fade, no polite goodbye. Hunter S. Thompson lived loud and left louder. He didn't believe in dying quietly, didn't believe in letting time shrink him into something softer. The same man who ripped apart the American dream refused to let his own story be edited. His ashes? Shot from a cannon into the Colorado sky. Boom. No fade to black, just smoke. Happy Death Day to the king of Gonzo. Some men write stories. He detonated them. Subscribe for tomorrow's Death Day. And remember, death is guaranteed. History is optional.